Guys, what's going on? Like I said in the previous video, today we are going to be installing the boost gauge. However, it hasn't arrived yet, so I've got another little bit to do, which basically the issue I had with the boost pipe opening up.
Yeah, pretty sure it's not supposed to do that.
Around the map sensor, I got in contact with AirTech, managed to send it back, and they've sent me a replacement and said that obviously if this one doesn't work and the same thing happens, then I can have a refund, which realistically is what I wanted anyway. But give them the benefit of the doubt and see if it lasts any longer than 2 months. But I don't really hold out any hope. But they've sent me another one, as you can see, squeezing it. It's not opening back up like the other one was. So I'm going to throw this on. But now let's cut to the installation of the boost gauge. So guys, this is what we've got. It's a Dragon gauge. I've had one of these before. I had one in my previous car, my Leon, so I know it's alright. Yeah, not the greatest of package lot. I've been thrown about and bashed about or not, but those are inside here, in there. I'll make sure there's nothing else in there. No, that's good. So here we have it. Let's get it all out and I'll show you what we've got. Okay, so we've got obviously the gauge itself, instructions as you can see, the vac hose which will run from the inlet manifold underneath it, and we'll tee it off with this little guy here, and then that runs into that port there. Cable tied all up so it's nice and secure, and away we go. So now we're in the car as you can see, and I'll show you where this gauge is going to go. So I've had this sent to me by a company called Third Design, I believe that was. I'll put the name on the screen here, and I'll also link all their stuff down below. They do all sorts of different things. You can get these in carbon fibre look. Obviously I've gone for the gloss black because I've got no carbon fibre in the cabin. And we're going to take this vent out, and then this will sit in there, and then the gauge will sit inside here. So I'm just going to, it's got like a bit of a protective film over it, so I'm just going to peel that off, push that through this hole, and then put it into there, and we can run the wires down. But first, actually, I've got to make sure these two wires here can reach where we're going to put it, and I believe I'm going to try and put it to the back of the cigarette lighter. I'm just going to pull that out now to make sure these wires, make sure the gauge lights up when we turn the ignition on. So got the wiring all sorted there. Now obviously that's not how it's going to stay. I'm going to tidy it up and do it properly. But I just wanted to show you that. It's just come out. When I turn, I'm going to have it so that when the ignition is off, it doesn't stay on. But when I turn the lights on, which is obviously when you're going to want it on, then it will be on. So if I turn the lights on now, you just see that lighting up, and then it's off. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these into the back of the wire and probably splice them into the back, heat shrink it all up, and then when I take the vent out, I'll be able to run it down the back and to there, so that it's all nice and neat and tucked away nicely. And to get these vents out, just pop a screwdriver underneath, prise it forward, and you'll be able to grab on it and pull it out. It's only held in with a couple of clips. So there we have, that's the space, and down behind here is where the wires in the vac pipe will drop down and go behind. What I've done is I've just grabbed some wires and stuff. I'm going to extend these down just to make it a little bit easier, because it's going to be a bit tight if I use just that wiring. So I'm going to splice on that wires onto those to extend them, and then put the other end of the new wires onto the end of these. Well, as you can see, massive pain in the arse. What I've done is I've put the spliced into the lines there, like I said I would, so when the lights are turned on, that lights up. So there's the vac pipe, you can see him just under there, and it's coming behind the glove box. So let's take all this out, and now I've got to try and get it in through there and then through the grommet that's in the engine bay where the this cable comes through for the bonnet release. Right, so as you can see, the vac pipe has come through the grommet. It's quite easy, to be fair, and brought it around this way, and we're going to T-piece it into that vac line there. So there it is, neatly tucked away over there, T-pieced off as I said, and all that's left to do now is put everything back together, and we have a working boost gauge. I'm going to put all this back together as well, but there we go, and then when I turn the light on, it comes on. So put everything back together, I'll take it for a spin and see the results. There we have it guys, all done and dusted. I've taken the cellophane thing off this, which looks nice. I'm going to leave this one on just for a little bit longer. But that, as you can see, that's reading about 26, 28-ish minus, which is obviously the vacuum. Give it a bit of throttle, it moves. So that's all installed, everything's all packed back together. So all is well, I think, with this. So I'm just going to take the car for a little spin, make sure everything is alright and working as it should be. Let some stuff get up to temperature and try and see what booster register in. Be interesting to see, and then try and convert it to whatever the electrical one is being told by the ECU, so that'll be good. As for the gauge and the gauge holder, I'll leave all the information in the description. Go check out the guy that I had the pod holder from, because he's got some real cool stuff, like I said earlier. He's got plenum covers, header tank covers, all sorts of stuff, really nice stuff, really good quality as well. So go check that out guys. So like, share, subscribe for me. If you've got any questions, drop them down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.